So, as a guy who's always enjoyed the process, the last week of doing a lot of the stuff that you've been used to doing for 5 years, is it been a little emotional this week just thinking about this being the end of the ride?
That's a great question, and that, when you're in this last kind of period of your college career, it's easy to kind of get caught up in the swirl of thinking about the guys that you played with or the experiences back throughout the 5 years, or that this is the last time that you'll be able to do this with this team. But you kind of have to subdue that to a certain degree and focus on the job at hand, and that's a great Ohio State football team. So the good news for me is that I can't look back. Really, I have to look at the game that's upcoming and all the challenges that it presents to our defense and to myself. But yeah, you're right. I think after the game will be an emotional experience. But until that point, I'm just not going to let myself even consider that, because I just want to make sure I'm staying focused on what's important.
Do you enjoy practice a little bit more though this week?
Yeah. When knowing that they're limited, I guess kind of gives you a little extra boost. It was crazy, the last Goog practice you'll ever have, and now now they're really, you can count them on one hand the amount that you have left with this football team, and so when you're exhausted, and we just finished a tough period in practice, that just gives you a little extra juice, and obviously so does Ohio State, and just knowing what they can do on offense provides just a little extra juice. So I'm looking forward to this weekend.
What makes Elliott so good?
What makes him so good? That's a hard question to answer. He has unique physical traits. He's a big, powerful guy, extremely strong. He's also explosive. He was a high school hurdler. I think he's flexible enough to do a lot of the things that elite running backs only can do. He's got some really, I think, signature ways of running the football, and things that you don't see every running back in the country do. And I really think that all of those reasons, along with being inside of a system that really fits him, kind of makes him a great player.
And then you throw in Barrett and his versatility. How difficult is that?
I think obviously putting a running quarterback into any system changes the variables tremendously. You got to account for another guy running the football back there, as kind of basic as I can put it. And he's so talented at running the football. I think I don't think people realize that he's a 6'2", 225-pound runner back there when he decides to be. Obviously, he's a very capable passer, but when he wants to be, he's another running back, and he can do a lot of challenging things.
But how would you evaluate the defensive play this season?
I guess maybe I'll say it in contrast to last season, if that's all right. And I'm not really qualified to give. I would say I can't speak for the entire defense. I don't want to. I choose not to. Coach Van Gorder can do that.
He did.
And so I'll say that the way in which we've talked about football this year to last year has been such a huge change. Just the amount of mental errors that we have has dropped significantly in this second year inside of Coach Van Gorder's scheme, and I think that's just guys are becoming more mature, and we have a more veteran group now. We understand football that much better, and I think at times we played extremely good football, exceptional football, and really I think in this game we're just trying to be consistent and put together a complete game. I don't think any of us want to look back and think, all right, well we played great for 70 plays, and then we gave up a couple big ones. That's not what we want to do, and we want to make sure we eliminate those big plays and kind of just put together our complete effort in this game.
You said you guys want to be consistent. Coach Van Gorder said, I guess the best word to describe the play was inconsistent.
There you go.
Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. I mean, once again, Coach Van Gorder is the most qualified person to answer these questions. Company man. But no, he hits on the head, and if we can just kind of eliminate big plays, I think that makes us such a better defense overall. I think really, if we just want to make sure if there's 90 plays in the game on Friday, we want to make sure we play all 90 the same way, with the same focus, the same intensity, the same attention to detail, and that's what we're looking to do.
Notre Dame hasn't won a major bowl game in 20-plus years. What would it mean to you guys to be part of the team that got that win if you guys could pull off the victory?
You know, I think it's such an interesting stat because, like, none of those guys that were on the team 20 years ago are on the team now. Like, none of the guys that were on the team in 2006 are on the team now. So it's like the wins in each bowl game there's no relationship between the two teams, unless of course they're back-to-back years, in which case there's carryover. But I think it's important to us though to when Notre Dame's on a big stage for us to kind of represent Notre Dame the right way. And so I think that's something we're doing our best in preparation to make sure we're ready for. Obviously, this Ohio State team's great. They're the reigning national champions, and they had a great season. And we're just trying to do everything we can to play a complete game and to represent our university in the right way.
What's it going to be like pre-game, just knowing that you're going into your final game?
It's luckily, the senior game kind of prepares you for this, in that it's the last game in Notre Dame Stadium. Your family's all there. You have to hug your mom. That's the hardest one. But this one it's more about you focus on the job at hand. You subdue all the other emotions, and you just go out there and play football. And you go back to your training, and as soon as you're in that locker room, it's hard to explain, but you kind of just start to flip the switch, and once you're out there, you know exactly think about it.
Thanks, Joe.
No problem, man.
Looks like strength against strength. Their offensive line, their run game against your set. What do you see in that matchup?
Well, I mean, that's the matchup that you kind of cherish, right? That's the ones you look forward to, especially as a linebacker. You want games like this. You want someone that's going to come in there, run the football, that prides themselves on being, tough and rugged, and you go in there. It's a lot of work for you, and that's kind of fun for us. So, we're doing everything we can in preparation to kind of get ready and make sure that we're ready for that kind of challenge. But they also do challenging things to our back end. So it's not just our front seven that are going to be challenged, and I think we're really looking forward to the opportunity that it presents.
You touched on this a few times, but if you could picture your last game, Notre Dame in the game of this magnitude, other than being in the playoff. I mean, this is the kind of game that's going to live on for. I mean, they're still talking about 20 years, right? So
right.
It's the thing that cements a legacy.
Yeah, no, I think you. When I came to Notre Dame, there's a few opponents that you really want to play, and thinking back on my 4 years, we've played almost every storied program in the country, and I think that Ohio State's one of those last ones I wanted the opportunity to play against, and this is a great stage to play it on. So I really can't ask for much more than this. The Fiesta Bowl it's a place that I've been as a fan, as a kid growing up. I know how important this game is to Notre Dame, obviously to Ohio State, and I'm looking forward to going out there and hopefully giving a great effort in our last game as Team 127. So it's going to be great for us. Great, I'm looking forward to it personally, and I can't wait for Friday.
What's your thoughts on Ezekiel Elliott?
He's a great back. I think he can do so many things well. You start with his physical traits. He's extremely powerful, explosive, high school hurdler. He's got the ability to beat you in a lot of different ways. And then he plays within a system that features him and it kind of complements his skill in the right way. I think his coaching staff knows how to get him the ball, and that's great. And so, I think you kind of combine all those things, and it makes him into this elite running back. And obviously we have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and it's a great opportunity for us to play against someone like that.
What's your thoughts on the whole Ohio State offense in general?
Well, I mean, it's a great system. Urban Meyer's had a tremendous amount of success with it throughout his career. He's got multiple national titles. He's got a few Heisman Trophy winners, I think, with it. I think it's a great system, and it's something that it really provides or presents rather a unique challenge to defense, and it's something that we really had a good time preparing for, and I'm looking forward to Friday. No problem, man.
Against Sean helps you prepare for a quarterback like JT Barrett?
Yeah, I think that Deshaun has the ability to run the football, throw the football. Our offense does a lot of challenging things, and has some carryover with the Ohio State offense. Obviously, they're different, but there are some things that they do that are similar, and that helps us, in a lot of ways. Obviously, we can get some live reps against our offense in preparation for Ohio State, and it would be different if we were running, whatever offense is the exact opposite of what they do, and not be able to get those quality reps. So it's been good in preparation for us.
Do you think that when you saw that you were playing yesterday against Ohio State, did that take up some of this thing of not making the playoff and playing a team like Ohio State?
Yeah, I think once the matchup was made and we knew it was Ohio State. Obviously, that provides energy. That puts energy in your bucket because you think about traditional powers, especially traditional Midwestern powers. These are two of the biggest ones. Obviously, the biggest ones in the country. And we have a lot of respect for Ohio State. They're the reigning national champions. They do so many things well as a football team. You can't really ask for much more than this matchup. It's one of the last teams that I really wanted to play in college football in my career, and we're all really looking forward to this game. This is a great matchup, and it's the opportunity to put Notre Dame out there in the national spotlight and hopefully represent well. Thank you. But yeah.
Just curious, like going up against Ohio State, the run game with Zeke and the quarterback with JT that can do different things. Is that a different challenge than what you guys have faced this year, or have you seen?
We've seen some running quarterbacks, and especially in the last, in the last 5 years, I think since I've been here, we've seen a lot of running quarterbacks and systems in which feature a running quarterback. I think that kind of prepares you for this matchup. Obviously, Ohio State is different than Clemson or whoever else you want to compare it to. So I think that is you have to prepare for their offense as a unique entity. So we're looking forward to that, and luckily though we've had some experience against other running quarterbacks.
And they like to really come at you, with that run game too, as a linebacker. And are you excited about the kind of game this could be?
Yeah.
The way they like to come at you with their offensive line against your guys. It seems like it could be football is physical, but this could be a very physical.
I love these games. I love the hard-nosed, smash-mouth football games, where they want to run the football. We know they want to run the football. It's not really a secret. So I think that's something you kind of cherish as a linebacker and as a defense. You got to come in there with the right mindset, and that's an aggressive mindset, a tenacious mindset, physical, and it's a downhill game for both teams. So I'm looking forward to that, and really it kind of provides me with a lot of work. It's not one of those games where I might have one tackle at halftime or two tackles at the end of the game. And those games are still fun, but they're not the same as hey, we want to run the ball at you all the time, and it's great. Those are great. So I'm looking forward to that, and it should be a great time.
Great. Thanks, Joe.
No problem.